New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Kachkowski was off duty at the time. These records also show discipline for dishonorable conduct and comments while in custody of Dublin police during that incident. According to Dublin's police report, Kachkowski knocked a man unconscious and then kicked him in the head during the Irish festival. He told officers at the time he was defending a friend. Kachkowski was never suspended as a result of what happened. Instead, he had to forfeit his accrued leave. Officer Marco Marino's file shows he was disciplined for 2 car accidents. One in 2018 when he didn't put his cruiser in park at a scene. It rolled into another parked car. The other in 2019 when Marino was U-turning in front of an oncoming car. Marino was found at fault for both of these crashes, but only received written reprimands because both of them happened while he was involved in police work of an urgent nature.
Over this information again, right? Court documents state that Marino allegedly tried to recruit a confidential informant to traffic biologics with him and allegedly promised law enforcement protection to the individual and stated that he could intervene if other law enforcement agencies attempted to investigate the confidential informant. A release from the United States Attorney's Office reads about the allegations against the 2 officers. Quote, court documents detailed that Marino intended to gain citizenship in Mexico as part of a plan to launder their biologic proceeds. Marino allegedly planned to buy property in Mexico to run as Airbnb properties and travel to and from Mexico in July. Specifically, it is alleged that in March, April, May, August, and September of 2021, Marino accepted a grand total of $44,000 in cash in exchange for protecting the safety transport of at least 27 kilograms of biologics. Unbeknownst to Monero, there was no actual biologics, and each of the transactions was controlled by federal law enforcement. During the transportation of the purported biologics, it is alleged that Kachkowski made himself available by radio to make any calls that Marino might need, including 2 other law enforcement officials to protect the safe transportation of said biologics. According to documents, cell phone data placed Kachkowski near Marino during the transportation. In June and August of 2021, Marino allegedly distributed approximately 7.5 kilograms of biologics that Kachkowski provided to him. It is alleged that Marino would make between $60,000 and $80,000 for the sale of said biologics. Also, Colombian Division of Police Chief Elaine Bryant released the following statement, quote, these allegations are beyond disturbing. If proven, such actions would violate the oath of our officers takes and the standard that we must uphold ourselves to and the trust of the public. These officers have been relieved of their duty pending the outcome of the criminal investigation. We have and will continue to work cooperatively with federal authorities. Because this is an ongoing investigation, I cannot comment any further on these cases. This alleged conduct does not reflect the values of the division and the excellent work being done by its employees. I will say it again. When my officers do what is right, I will always have their back. When they don't, they will be held accountable. Further, Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther released this following statement talking about the 2 officers. I'm flat out angry. The allegations are disturbing and represent a complete breach of trust. It undermines our efforts to rebuild community police relations at this time when we need to come together to make our neighborhoods safer. The selfish actions of these officers jeopardize the safety of their fellow officers and the community. We will hold these officers accountable, check the abuse of power, and remain steadfast in our work to reform policing in Columbus. And lastly, the Fraternal Order of Police Capital City 9 Lodge had this to state, quote, if the allegations are true, these individuals have no place in the Fraternal Order of Police or the Columbus Division of Police. The incredible officers that make up Lodge 9 will not tolerate this type of conduct, and we want justice to be served. Possessing with intent to distribute 400 grams or more of biologics is a federal crime punishable by up to 10 years to life in prison. Federal program bribery is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Marino is scheduled for a detention hearing Thursday, and Kokachki is scheduled for an initial appearance on Wednesday. You know what's funny is that these guys have technically had a little bit of run-ins with police before, and yet they were still allowed to become police. And their history is a little bit questionable. They didn't really want to dive too much further. Like, notice how when it dealt with these two cops, right, they didn't decide to go back to elementary. They didn't go back to high school. They didn't go back to college and list their grades. They didn't list their conduct there. They didn't list if they had any type of negative interactions with their girlfriends or other individuals during that point in time. They just went so far back as a few years just to list something. And then even within that, they were like, well, he said that the reason why he acted in this way is because he was defending a friend. Even still, with proof that these are unhinged persons, that they cannot conduct themselves well in public, they were still allowed to be public servants. They were still allowed to have a badge and a service weapon. They are still allowed to basically watch over other people's communities and to try to gauge and tell them what they should and should not do, how they should and should not conduct themselves, what they should and should not do with their emotions. Isn't that amazing? But yet one of the officers could not control his own emotions when he was amongst the public, quote unquote, defending a friend. And this is what I'm talking about. And this is when you have a lot of these people that want to state that they want to back the blue and all these other things, that they want to support police. But you always have stories like this showing up, cropping up from out of the blue, dealing with cops who are money laundered, who are stealing things directly from the holding area where all the evidence is. Right? They're sitting up there stealing biologics. They're stealing money and all other types of things to redistribute those things right back into the exact same community that they took it from. And this is when I keep telling people that more than likely some of the people that you're actually dealing with that are quote unquote your plug, these people are actually cops. You don't even know it. Where do you think that they're getting this unlimited supply of biologics from? Why do you think that they never seem to ever get caught, or they don't ever have any type of issues? Think about it. Think about it for a brief second. Out of all of the stories that I've literally brought to you guys, think about it. Because like I said before, there was a story that I brought up previously where a military man who wanted to still give his service to the people after coming back from overseas, he decided that he wanted to become a police officer. He noticed that in a narcotics room, right, that had all of the biologics in there, that you would have this one cop of an alabaster descent come in there with a duffel bag, and he would proceed to steal said biologics, and he would redistribute those back out into the community to make money. And it was also stated that this same officer, if not other ones, had about close to 300, if not 600 grand close in funds that could not be accounted for by the IRS. But people think it's a game out here. People really think it's a game out here. Like I said before, a lot of the individuals who are part of these gangs, they're undercover cops. A lot of these people who are causing disturbances when it comes to peaceful protests, they're cops. A lot of the individuals who want to talk about, Chicago and bring this up, who are performing a lot of these gang activities and these drive-bys, they're cops in unmarked cars wearing body and face masks and makeup. And a lot of the cops that are within these communities, especially the black communities, who are having this quote unquote unlimited supply and to seem to never get caught or to never have issues with the cops, is because they are cops. But like I said, everybody always wants to say that, they support the cops. Ain't nothing wrong with it. They're doing the best that they can sit up there and do. There is no such thing as bad cops. Okay. Have at it. But like I told you guys before, at the end of the day, the moment in time that you keep supporting these exact same people who are in a sense being a detriment to a variety of communities out here, do not be so surprised when they just so happen to turn on the exact same people that's been giving them the same love and support. That's all I'm saying. And also to the European descendants out here, this is what the real dealers look like, who are supplying your kids and your family members, who are dropping like flies in your community. These are the individuals who are doing it. It's the cops, the very same people that you back and you support and that you march and that you have praise for and that you go on social media for, saying I stand up for you and all this. These are the exact same people that are taking the lives of your friends, families, wives, husbands, sons, daughters, your dogs, your aunts, your grandmother, your grandfather, your great aunts, your dead first removed, your co-workers, your mailman, your FedEx delivery guy, your Amazon delivery guy. These are the people who are a part of your community that you allow in your community, who are distributing this dangerous biologic to your people. Like I said before, they don't look black to me. So try again. But anyways, if you like this video and any and everything that I stated here, let me know in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.